still frame it until someone's watching?
No. You should just go.
All right. Welcome to episode 2 of the Having Fun Yet podcast with Austin Hoffman, Jordan Jensen, and Elliot Schaefer. Today we are talking about our Mount Rushmore of sports. We discuss the playoff race. We talk about our MVP, and we have a nice 5-game spread from Mr. Elliot. So it should be a good episode. Thank you for everybody that tuned in or is tuning in.
Wait a second. Before we start,
Okay.
can we just say how cool it was that Trevor got a picture with Adrian Peterson today?
I liked it and commented.
Dude, that was awesome. That was awesome.
I was like,
whoa! I was very happy for him.
Yeah, especially since he's like a
I
Vikings
want to know,
fan. You know, that's
how we just randomly saw him.
You followed him.
I bet you Adrian Peterson was just walking in Detroit and was just like, guys, I'm Adrian Peterson. Someone come take a picture of me.
Yeah,
Someone come say hi.
Oh
yeah, like guys.
Did
That's
you guys
all
ever
I
watch
bet.
The League?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how he was run into in the league too.
No, I don't even remember that.
I think they just ran into him on the street.
I mean, wouldn't surprise me. Did you see Adrian Peterson was wearing an Adrian Peterson shirt today? It said like
No.
all day, and it had Adrian Peterson on it, and I was like, dude.
I mean, he can do that.
Why? I mean, he can, but you don't see me walking around with a shirt that has like me on it, Juice Man on it. No. Mm-mm.
You would though.
Are you
Right?
I
Are
told
you-
no,
a leading rusher in the NFL history?
not yet. No.
Do you
Not yet, no.
do you judge Tom Brady for wearing TB12 stuff?
That's different. That's a brand.
Yeah, I don't judge people that wear their own brand because you got to market it.
Can you imagine if like Phil Knight was like,
What?
nah, I just
He's
can't
got to
wear
market his
Nike.
shirt.
Yeah, he has to market it. You know, Adrian Peterson wants to let people know that he's Adrian Peterson.
That's right.
Otherwise,
That's
he's
right.
just another Lions player that's forgotten about.
I mean, I don't know if
Long
he's ever
list.
going to be remembered for being on the Lions.
Ellie, I have a quick question for you before we get into the Mount Rushmore talk. Who's your favorite team? Like Detroit team. I was thinking about this.
So I was thinking about this the other day, and there 3 of the 4 Detroit teams could
Yep.
finish last in the league.
Yeah.
So-
It's a
It's
rough
just-
life, man.
Finish the bottom of the standings for the respective
Mhm.
league.
Mine's the Patriots.
You know,
JJ's
it'd
the
be great.
Cubs. And then
Yeah,
I just
it
couldn't.
would be cool if you could answer his question now, Elliot. That would be cool.
I would guess. If I had to guess, I think I would say the Lions.
He's froze. He doesn't know what to say.
I'm back.
He's back.
back.
I don't know.
I would guess
Uh,
the Lions for you.
I would say the Lions too. Yeah.
I think honestly, I think it just depends. Like it's whatever season we're in. I go all in on what season it is.
Yeah. It also depends like who's
So,
playing
like-
sometimes like
So I can't
like
picture
I
you
was
watching
saying,
any Tigers games.
I do. I watched a lot of Tigers games last year, especially when they started out hot.
Yeah.
But I mean, what else am I gonna do in the summer? I'm gonna watch baseball.
Right.
he's got a point.
But
He's got
I
a
mean,
point.
honestly, but I was saying 3 of the 4 Detroit teams could finish last in their league. The Tigers could finish last in the MLB. The Pistons could finish last in the NBA. And the Red Wings could finish last in the NHL. And the Lions have the 6th
Yeah.
pick.
It's a heartbreaking injury by Killian Hayes, man. Sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks, but it's not like that was going to do anything. Like, I mean, he's good. I understand.
Talking
And
about
I like Killian
I
Hayes
mean,
a lot. But,
Zach
like,
says
a
Killian
rookie on
Hayes
the
is the
team
next
is-
LeBron, so
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
It might be a little
That's
bit
what
of
he
a
says.
stretch.
But, you know,
But
Also-
Killian Hayes is good. Killian Hayes is good.
That's the next
And I
Michael
like
Jordan,
him a lot, but I
actually.
mean-
Michael Jordan. Okay.
Him being healthy isn't gonna change much of this season.
right.
I don't know, man. Backup point guard means the difference in everything. So
You want to get into
I
this
mean, if
now?
we're going
Mount
backup
Rushmore?
point guard,
I do.
Taylor Groves is the backup
Honestly,
point
better
guard.
than the guy that the Bulls drafted. I'm okay.
Should we go? Okay, should I give all four of mine, or just one, and then JJ gives one, and then Elliot gives one? Or
Whatever you want, Foss.
Okay. All right. So this is one I think that we all are gonna have. I'm just gonna get off the bat right away. First name of Mount Rushmore I could think of was Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
I don't have Jackie.
Shit. But I don't. It's self-explanatory why he's on there. Kind of just paved the way for the new age of sports for the better. My second one is Muhammad Ali.
That's a good one. I didn't even think about him.
For what he did in the ring and also outside of the ring as an activist. Great role model.
Really
definitely needs to be up there. These two are controversial. But I looked at sports as in like the whole global thing, not just the USA, but what they've done for our country and on the global stage. Michael Phelps, most gold medals ever by an athlete. No big deal.
That's really
whatever.
good.
It's easy work. Number 4, this is the one I got the most heat for. Jesse Owens. No?
I wouldn't have
won
four
gold medals. I mean, I was debating on a lot, but for what he did at the time he did it, 4 gold medals in Hitler's Germany in 1936. I think that was very impressive to me, and I'm surprised there's no movie about it. If there is, I need to watch it.
I think there is.
I'm sure there's a 30 for 30.
Probably. But I did make another Mount Rushmore for completely just athleticism and skills. That is Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Kobe Bryant, Mike Trout.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
So
yep. I can go off the second one because mine is strictly based on just dominance in their sport.
Okay.
And I went Wayne Gretzky, which I think is just without comparison.
Great one.
Michael Jordan is easy. Tiger Woods, because he is just the greatest golfer of all time. And the stretch with Tiger is just absurd. There's some amazing Tiger stats out there. I want to just bring one of them. It's Dustin Johnson right now is tied for third. Johnson has 106 career weeks ranked as the number 1 player of all time. And that's tying Rory McIlroy for third. If DJ holds that number 1 spot every week until Christmas of 2031, then he'll tie Tiger. So just 11 more years.
Okay.
And then my fourth one is I have Serena because she's just a dominant tennis player. And she just dominated the sport of women's tennis. She could have definitely beaten men's tennis players too. I don't think she would have competed with Nadal, Djokovic, the big 3. But I do have honorable mentions. So I've got current players with the potential to get on Mount Rushmore. And that's where I put Mike Trout, Austin. I put him on current players for the potential to get up to Mount Rushmore. Because I don't think now he's better than the greats.
I just think, in my opinion, right now he's the best baseball player to ever play. Just size, stats, skill.
Could argue.
And I just put him on there. I could have put Ken Griffey Jr. because I love Ken Griffey Jr. But I respect that list, though. I really do.
The other players, I have another current player with potential, and obviously it's early, but obviously it's Pat Mahomes.
Yeah. I'm glad that you didn't put Tom Brady on there.
In year 4, Tom Brady is definitely on there.
Are you
Tom
done?
Brady is an honorable mention.
Okay. No, keep going on the honorable
mentions.
Then Bill Belichick needs to be on there.
I disagree.
Okay.
But I have Michael Phelps and Muhammad Ali and then LeBron. Because I think if LeBron's 35, and if he wins 2 to 3 more rings in the next 5-6 years, I think that GOAT debate is a lot more difficult.
I think that's very true.
I like that list.
No, I like both your guys' lists, honestly. I like them better than mine, even. You want me to
Well,
go?
I said
You want me to
Muhammad
go?
Ali, and you're like, oh, I didn't even think about that.
I don't know why.
So I can't wait to hear this.
I don't know why I didn't think of Muhammad Ali.
Because Mayweather's better.
Oh, an honorable mention for mine as well is Serena Williams. I was debating on that one for a while with Jesse Owens. So
yeah, I mean Serena's probably the most dominant
Serena was just
player
so
of her
dominant
sport ever. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, seriously, yeah.
In any girl sport?
So no, in any sport, period. She's probably the most dominant in her sport ever.
I don't know about that one.
But where am I gonna go? Okay. So number one, obviously Wayne Gretzky. I also had that one on there. Number
here we
two.
go.
2, Michael Jordan.
Were you thinking this on the spot?
No, it's just Zach is fucking distracting me. And then, God, will you leave me alone?
I just want to see
Will you
you.
leave me alone? Gosh, all right, sorry about that. And then I was debating on football. I didn't know if I wanted to put like Tom Brady in there since he's currently playing. But then I wanted to get a football guy in there, and that's so hard because there's so many guys who have been so influential for so long. And I didn't really know who to pick. Like you could put Vince Lombardi, you could put, a bunch of people, right? For me, I'm gonna put maybe the most athletic athlete we've ever really seen. That's Bo Jackson. Even though he's obviously not the greatest, but like statistically, but given that he played both football and baseball at an extremely dominant level, which you've never really seen before. So
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I got real petty when I was talking about when I was thinking about the NFL because I wanted to obviously add a player from each major sport. The only clear answer I could come up with is Tom Brady, and I'm not putting him in my list. So
yeah, I mean that's hard because I think if you're talking about just greatest player to ever play, you got to put Brady up there. But if we're taking so much else into consideration,
Also, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
If Brady played on the Patriots this year, would he have made your
100%. 100%. I was completely biased.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest about it.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but it's okay. Wait till Jacoby Myers gets a quarterback.
Jacoby Myers.
You're totally right.
Best route runner in the NFL. Second best.
I don't know why
Keenan Allen.
Jacoby Myers at quarterback and just see
Dude,
what happens.
Great. You look great. He almost passed Cam Newton in touchdown throws this year. So we have a the chat has actually made their Mount Rushmore. This is by Ryson09. He said Glenn Big Baby Davis, John Daly, Coco Crisp. I'm not sure who that is. I think it's Coco Crisp, the A's outfielder, and Manti Te'o.
It's a very fine list, honestly. Yep. I don't.
There's another one.
What?
There's another list out there. Are you reading it?
Elliot's an
Eagles fan.
Interesting. Gretzky, Tiger, Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt's a good one. MJ, honorable mention, go to Bonds. Bonds?
I just feel like if you go Olympian, Bonds is
Michael Phelps.
Are you saying this is you, Elliot?
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're. No, this is not me.
You're an Eagles fan?
My buddy Jack. No, I hate the Eagles. The Eagles, what they did on national TV was blasphemous.
Blasphemous. Someone's been watching First Take.
Doug Peterson is an idiot. I hate Doug Peterson. I hope he gets fired. You know, fuck it. I'm an Eagles fan. Fire Doug Peterson. But anyways, if we're going to go an Olympian, I think it's got to be Michael Phelps over Usain Bolt.
Has to be.
Yeah,
And then you got Jesse Owens out there too.
Yeah, and that's all depending on
If
what
we're
your
going
criteria-
influential athletes, then I would agree
Yeah.
with Jesse Owens. Right.
Yeah.
That's what my first list was based on, was just people that changed a lot for the good. So that's where my first list came from. My second list was pretty much the same as you guys. I just had Mike Trout and Kobe Bryant. So
yeah.
I just want to have a discussion here. If we're talking about baseball, if we were to get one guy out of there, let's just say we had to pick one guy. Obviously, Jackie is probably the most influential. If we're going off of all the other criteria, who would you guys put in there? Obviously, Mike Trout is still playing. I want to see where he goes.
If we're going off.
If you guys had to pick a face of the history of baseball, who else would it be? I struggled with that. The only thing I can come up with is Babe. I thought just Babe. He's this icon, legend, ghost story almost.
Babe is more of an image at this point than he is actually a baseball player.
Why am I hearing Barry Bonds? Someone say Bonds?
I like Barry Bonds. I think he was dominant.
He's very dominant.
I said Bonds.
Uh-huh. I should put Lance Armstrong in mine then. Fuck.
All taking roids. It's not just Barry Bonds. They're literally all taking roids.
All of them? Did Randy Johnson take steroids?
Ichiro Suzuki?
I mean, it's whatever. Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. He's the most dominant baseball player of all time.
I don't think he should be in the Hall of Fame before Pete Rose.
I don't disagree that Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
I
think they should both be in. That's my opinion.
Well, okay. So face of MLB. I would say
Ken Griffey's also in there too, you guys said.
It's Hank Aaron, is it
obviously
not?
The kid.
Hank Aaron too.
Hank Aaron. I like Willie Mays a lot. Lou Gehrig.
Yeah, that's so hard.
Ty Cobb. Nolan Ryan, maybe.
Yeah, there's so many guys you could put. You could put Mariano Rivera for how dominant he was.
If it was my Mount Rushmore, though, it'd be Big Papi.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see you show anybody a picture of Big Papi, they're like, oh, I like that guy. Hell
absolutely. Yeah. You could say the same thing about me, though.
I have a photo of you. I don't know if it's very flattering, but I got one.
The one with the banana in my mouth?
Yeah, it's the one with the banana halfway down your throat.
It's my Tinder profile picture. I don't know what you mean. It's not flattering.
All right. So yeah, that was. I mean, I liked all of our picks. I didn't really hate any.
So
of them.
I think. Well, hold on. I think the only one that was really unique. Kobe pick.
What?
I think he said Kobe.
I thought he said coach.
Kobe was the only one
Kobe.
Kobe was the only one that didn't get picked between anybody else, and I think that was unique.
I think Kobe would have fit my first Mount Rushmore better than the second one because of the legacy he left behind. Changed so many people's lives. But as an athlete, obviously one of the greats of all time. I just think he's done more,
right?
Honestly, off the court.
You could argue, yeah.
So
I definitely think you can.
Which is a huge testament. He's just one of the most influential athletes of all time. So big Kobe guy.
No. I love Kobe too, but at the same time, I think you got to put MJ and LeBron.
Yeah. I just
if we're talking influential,
one unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unique. Yeah.
We all had the great one though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I just got offered $3,000 to shave the stash.
Dude, I say you try to get more money out of that.
Let me see the proof of the Venmo, and I will shave this on air. Let's do it.
$3,000.
I'll do it. $3,000. This right here will come back next week.
Can you pay my my speeding ticket if you're giving $3,000?
How much was it? Like $60?
$266.
I think the thing you're mad about the most is they didn't give you 100 miles per hour.
No, what I'm mad about is I was literally in the middle of nowhere in Texas. There's not a thing around. Who cares? Who cares how fast I'm going? It's Texas. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not mad.
You were like,
not mad.
I mean, all right.
Whatever.
All right, hold on. It's having a little technical difficulties again.
Cool.
All right, well,
we don't need
let's. What?
Huh?
You want to riff raff?
Of course. Do you want a riff or do you want a ref? I'll do whichever.
Squat up.
Yeah, dog.
Hey, so did you have any problems with my mock draft back there?
No, not really.
Wide receivers, maybe.
Maybe, but I don't know. It's also very early. We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, so.
I mean, every year there's something that happens, right? There's always quarterbacks don't go, or wide receivers, running backs obviously don't go until late first and then second. So I was like, I think this is such a deep class for wide receiver and quarterback. I think they're gonna fall. You're gonna get the guys you can't miss out on, like
they very well could. And a lot will be decided through free agency too. What got what. So
it does say up there. I don't know if you can see it or not. It says pre-free agency.
Oh.
So this is my first draft, and this does say I love Dick. It's short for Hunter Dickinson. I don't know.
Dickinson.
Michigan basketball player.
Yeah. All right. No, I liked it.
All right. Elliot, you good?
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Cool. All right. So the NFL playoffs are officially set in stone. We predicted most of it. I did have Washington making it. I think I was the only one, right?
No, JJ did too. I picked Philly to win. And they lost, and it's because Doug Peterson is the worst coach in history. I think that Doug Peterson should be fired.
I heard the Eagles organization found out that you didn't like him, so they benched Hurts and didn't play Wentz just so they would lose.
Wentz was a healthy scratch.
Apparently, he doesn't want to get traded or go anywhere.
I think Wentz gets traded, and then I think Hurts goes to management and says, "You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm out, and then I want to get traded too." And then they're stuck with Sudfeld.
Hey, apparently Sudfeld's the guy.
Yeah, apparently he needed to get extra reps.
Where'd they go to school at?
I have no idea.
Huh? Come on, guys.
I don't pay attention to trash, so.
Wait, what'd you say?
You don't pay attention to trash? You're a Michigan State fan. You know trash. Come on.
Wow.
You can't say that as a Michigan fan the last few years, man. What are you doing?
I know. We're not great either.
You can't even brag about hockey anymore. State's better than us at hockey.
All
right. Real quick before we get into the playoff seedings, we pretty much nailed most of them, which was pretty cool. How do you feel about your Chicago Bears playing on Nickelodeon?
That's right where they belong, man. That's where they belong.
This seems like a joke, right? Like that doesn't seem like something that should happen.
Yeah. Hey, what channel are Patriots on this weekend? Honestly, anything could be part of the code.
That's in the sports network in Boston. It's okay. Hey, it's okay because we're gonna have a nice draft pick. We're gonna have a nice offseason, and you guys are gonna draft some offensive guard that's never gonna play that no one's heard of. So it's cool.
Oh, well, we're gonna draft a tackle, offensive tackle. Okay, we're not gonna draft a guard. Okay, he's probably gonna suck.
Maybe all offensive line picks.
Yeah.
We just,
You guys might need a QB.
talking about Mitch is great, man.
Yeah.
Extend Mitch.
You guys are gonna get blown out on Nickelodeon.
I don't know. We'll see.
I just said that shit out loud. You're gonna get blown out on Nickelodeon. Oh, what is this? 2021, man. You're bringing it.
I'll blow you out on Nickelodeon.
Okay.
Cool.
Should we go through the matchups?
I go through what now?
Should we go through the matchups? We could start with that 2-7 game. It's a 10-point spread.
Yeah, the Bears are covering that spread. I just hope you guys know
You
that.
think they're going to cover?
They're covering that spread.
We'll show up later in the picks, but can the Bears defense get to Drew Brees?
What do you mean by get to him?
What do the Bears have to do to win?
What do they have to do to win?
Yeah, what do they have to do to win?
Score.
Here's what they
If
have
you
to do.
say score more than the other team,
Yeah. You're gonna have to
I'm
outscore them.
I'm gonna simplify it so you and your moms and everyone else can understand. When they move the ball, just like they did last week, they cannot settle for field goals. They need to score touchdowns. That's really it. It's really it. If they do that, they'll win.
how many points do the Bears need to win this game?
I'd say upwards of 30 something. Has to be in 30s.
No, I think the Bears have a good matchup defensively with New Orleans offense. Since Drew doesn't necessarily scare me outside of the bucket or really deep down the field. The big thing, too, is if Roquan Smith is not available to play, that is a big mismatch with Alvin Kamara on our linebackers instead of Roquan. So that's a big if, too. But if Roquan's healthy and is out there, then I think the Bears can hold the Saints to somewhere between 20 and 24, 25 points.
So the Bears need about 28.
I would say if they get 28, I think they win. Yeah.
Interesting. Do you see? Is there any way the Bears can score 28 points with Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback?
In the playoffs, no. Against the Saints, no.
It's the Saints defense.
No.
I mean, they played well last week.
I think he's going to get hit a lot.
They played well last week, and I mean it was Aaron Rodgers.
No, I mean the offense played well. They just could not finish in the red zone, and then in the fourth quarter things started to get away, and
But the Saints defense is different than the Packers defense.
Yeah, no, they're better. I mean, I still don't think they're dominant.
What's the spread on the game?
10.
Saints
10.
minus 10?
10.
Yeah. That's a lot of points.
Yeah, I still think the Saints cover.
I don't see it.
I mean, we'll get more into that in picks later. The next matchup in the NFC is we got Rams, Seahawks. It'll be the third time that they played this year. And
who's won the matchups? Is it 1-1?
So the Seahawks have beat the Rams on 12-27, 20-9. And then the Rams beat the Seahawks on November 15th, 23-16.
Okay, so Goff had a bad game and Goff had a decent game. So inconsistent Goff.
But is Goff even playing?
If Goff's not playing, it's over. There's no contest.
John Wolford started cooking. He can run. Seattle's not good. I disagree to think that the Seattle team is good. That the football team out of Seattle is good.
No, they'll win.
I like what your buddy just said in the chat. Under. That game is going to be very low scoring.
That doesn't mean that the Seahawks score more points than the Rams.
I still think they do. I think they're going to win it. They just have They have it. They have more of it. If that makes sense.
What's that even mean?
They have a solid running back.
They almost lost to Dewey Haskins.
I'm just saying. I think Seattle takes this. What's the spread?
3.5.
Yeah.
About right.
I think they win by like 6. They
Does
win by
Seattle's
6.
12th man factor in at all? They're at home. Seattle's at home. Does that mean anything?
There's nobody
Yeah, the
there.
weather. Weather.
No, I just think Russell Wilson is like honestly, like he's just too good. He's
But
gonna
like
score.
we were ready, the whole world was ready to hand Russell Wilson the MVP after like 5 weeks. He had to do something to lose it, and that's exactly what he did. He lost.
He does this every year. There's a reason why he never has an MVP is because he starts off so fucking well and then he teeters off. He completely goes nowhere.
Right. So why are we betting on Russell Wilson then down the stretch?
Because it's the playoffs and you're not going to win a playoff game with John Wolford.
Okay, I can agree with that. But if it is Jared Goff, like, what if the good Jared Goff shows up?
If the good Jared Goff shows up and Cooper Kupp is available to play, which it looks like he is, that's a different story. But if Goff's not going to play, I'm taking Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
It'll make me think about it a lot more if Goff is healthy.
This line makes me think Goff is healthy.
What is it?
3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
I
they
think
just hate
Seattle wins.
Seattle that much.
So, I mean, we can then move on to the last NFC game, which is Austin Hoffman's Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the NFC East champion,
Austin Hoffman's Washington football team.
Yeah. Tampa.
What?
I'm taking Tampa.
I mean, I think Tampa wins too, but and so here's what I think.
I cannot wait for what Austin's going to say. The
spread is 8. The spread is 8. So I do think that this game is close, like a lot of the time. But I also think Tampa is going to end up covering the 8. I think
it's a good spread.
I think it's going to be close a lot of the game. I think Chase Young he's a monster. Chase Young is a monster. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the fourth quarter, and the Bucs are going to move the ball, and they're just going to wear out the defense, and they're just going to move the ball and score that touchdown to go up by 2 scores or maybe more. So.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Austin. Show is yours.
Yes. Why is Washington going to win, Austin?
Spread is Tampa 8, right?
Yeah.
That is a good spread. This is why I wouldn't bet this game at all. It seems like a trap game to me. Washington has a great defensive line. They're going to create pressure, right? Offensively, football team needs to control clock. You need to act like you're playing the Chiefs. Do not let them touch the ball more than 2 times a quarter. That's how you win this game. That being said, Tampa Bay, Brady's really one of the only guys with playoff feel. The playoffs are different than the regular season. And if Tom Brady is the only guy that really knows what the playoffs are like, it's going to factor into it. This is a new team in a new scenario. So I think that they're going to be over. I still if I had to bet money, I would bet on the better team, and that is Tampa. But I wouldn't bet on this game because I feel like it's a trap game. Alex Smith has a leg brace with the Lombardi trophy on it for a fucking reason. The guy's coming for heads or for legs or what have you. I think if they control the possession and that defense can get to Brady, it's anybody's game. That's what I'm scared of, and that's why I'm not betting it.
Antonio Brown has playoff experience. He's on the team.
Mike Evans might not play. Evans might not play.
How many guys in Washington has playoff experience?
Ron Rivera.
Did he go to the college football playoff?
Ron Rivera.
Bruce Arians has playoff experience?
Ron Rivera, though. I'm just saying. Alex
It's
Smith.
like, okay, Tom Brady.
Just throw that name out there like it means something to me.
Alex Smith was the GOAT Slayer at one point in time.
Yeah, he's the Eli Manning of Washington. Oh,
I would say that if the stupid Eagles would have played football, I would have very much liked to see a Giants versus Tom Brady in the first round. I think everybody wanted that.
I do like Washington in this game, just for the reasons I stated.
Wait. You like Washington to win?
Not. It's gonna be flow of the game. If Tampa comes out hot, there's no chance. I'm not betting this game because I could see Washington winning this game just because of lack of experience all over the field. 2020 still lingers a lot right now. Mike Evans might not play. Antonio Brown looked great one game this year, or maybe two. I think he looked good 2 games.
Like the last 4.
But it just seems like a trap game. I'm not betting it. I like the spread still. If I had to bet everything on it, I would bet on the better team in Tampa +8, yes. Or -8, whatever.
So I take the exact opposite. I think Tampa controls this game, but it's close, but they're still in control, and then they end up covering at the end.
Yeah.
Like it's a 7 to 10 point game most of the game, and they're controlling it. But in the end of the day, they're going to end up with another touchdown or 2 towards the end of the game where I think they cover.
Yeah. No, same boat.
Anything to add, Jordan?
No, not really.
Well,
Tampa's better. So
I'm gonna ruffle some feathers in the AFC. So
hell yeah. Fuck the AFC.
Yeah.
The first thing we got is the Bills against the Colts in Buffalo.
Okay.
Talk to me.
What's the spread?
1 second. The Bills are favored by 6.5.
Yeah. Give me the Bills all day.
Bills win, but it's gonna be close.
I think the Colts win this game.
Woo!
I could totally see it.
We have this. There's this disappointing team every year. Last year was the Ravens. Nobody thought Tennessee could beat them. Nobody thought Tennessee could compete at all. And I think Buffalo is that team. They look like they are rolling, and they're going to come straight through into the playoffs and just roll right through. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the only thing I really hate about picking Indianapolis here is betting my money on Phil Rivers. But Jonathan Taylor is a stud.
He's been a stud. He should be on the KC Chiefs right now.
He had 180 rushing yards last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, 250 all purpose or something like that.
So if he gets out the gates and starts running, and they just trample Buffalo. Look, I understand Josh Allen can play from behind and throw the football like no other, but
didn't Jonathan Taylor do all that in a dome last week?
they played,
and then they're playing in Buffalo now, where I'm not sure.
I think it's easier to rush in cold weather.
No, I agree, but it's the teams that are prepared for it the most. Which JT's from Wisconsin, so he's used to it. So
yeah.
I'm taking everything into account. I like the Bills with that spread. I think the Bills can play from behind. If they can get a late game touchdown, their defense is good enough to stop sidearm Rivers. So I like the Bills. I could see the Colts winning, but they have to control the possession.
If the Colts storm out to an early lead, and their defense can just build off to that, I don't see them losing that game.
Yeah.
It's all on Josh Allen. If he plays like he did last year, it's a wrap.
Well, I think Elliott's on something. Whichever team gets the lead, we're like, if one team gets off to an early lead, I don't see either team really being good enough to come back from too far of a deficit.
I will disagree with that. I think the Bills are good enough to come back. I just don't think
they are, but with the rushing attack that Indianapolis has, and also a good defense that they have.
Good defense.
Yeah, they can't afford to get down too far. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But also, if Indianapolis gets off to a really slow start, you can't rely on Thierry Phillip to.
That's true.
Get you back. So.
I think if the Bills come out hot, then I think it's just going to be a Bills cover and Bills slaughter fest.
Yeah.
But I think Indianapolis comes out hot. Jonathan Taylor is hotter than any back I would maybe besides Derrick Henry, who gets 200 yards rushing on a whim. But he's hotter than any other back. I think actually Jonathan Taylor did lead the league in rushing like the last 5 weeks or something like that. But I think he finished 3rd in rushing in the NFL, which is crazy.
And he didn't even play very much in the beginning.
And then he dipped down. We were like, wait, was this guy really all that he could be? And then he just came back, burst right out of the scene. But yeah, I just think that Indianapolis could win this game, and I think that Bills could be that team that is the disappointment in the playoffs.
They absolutely could. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's all I have to say on that. But then we move on to the next game, and we get a Week 17 rematch between the Steelers and the Browns.
I'll start this one. What's the spread?
Pittsburgh is a 6-point favorite.
So this was my original upset. Everybody likes the Steelers. This was my original upset that the Browns were going to win this game and shut the Steelers down. But without Kevin Stefanski being there, there's no shot. Pittsburgh's going to roll through. They're going to look so disorganized, it's going to be hard to watch. I wish this was on Nickelodeon.
I think this is the night game. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the primetime game of Week 1, and this is not going to be good to watch.
So
yeah, Browns don't stand a chance.
I just think it's funny that you were like, the COVID is going to affect the Browns in Week 17. And it turns out that it's probably going to affect them in Week 18.
You can't play without your coach, man.
I went so hard against you with COVID in Week 17, and then I'm all on board with the COVID is affecting this team in Week 18.
Oh, substantially. This is like them pretty much losing Baker.
I think they could jump out hot in the first quarter. I think the second, third, fourth, because I think the first quarter will probably be scripted plays from Spain.
As soon as the script is done, they're done.
Yeah. And that's where I agree.
You better hope you score 45 in the first fucking quarter then. Holy shit.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's a possibility of this game being postponed at all. I don't think there is. But it's not fun for America. Stefanski's not going to coach this game.
Yeah, they should honestly move this game to like maybe Nickelodeon Saturday and then move the Bears and Saints to primetime Sunday. That's what
I meant like a couple days where Stefanski could coach.
Oh. That doesn't seem fair though. Everybody's been playing without
the NFL's whole thing has been, as long as it's contained, we're going to play the game. It has nothing to do with competitiveness.
Right.
Which is what we saw with Denver. We saw that with Baltimore.
Yeah. So we all on Pittsburgh though? 100%?
I mean, the only thing that I have to say about Pittsburgh is I think they're getting away to play the Browns. I think the Bills should have tanked that Miami game so they could play the Browns.
Who doesn't want to play the Browns without a head coach?
Right.
Shit, football team would win that game.
I don't know about that.
No.
I hate the football team.
Dude, I just don't think Alex Smith, they're rotating their quarterbacks. They're not even committed to Alex Smith playing the whole game.
It doesn't matter when your defense stops everything that comes near them.
They can't stop everything.
They stop most of everything.
If they're on the field for 25 of the 30 minutes of the first half, they're not going to stop a lot of things out there. They're going to get tired.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to be on the field that much. I think their offense is going to be there, just Antonio Gibson and the shit out of the ball. That's just what it's my opinion. My opinion.
Antonio Gibson had like a good game.
Yeah.
And it was in prime, and it was on national TV. That's why everybody's so high on him.
Yeah, and this is national TV. He's the anti-Kirk Cousins. Let's get it.
But yeah, I think we're all on the Steelers. I think what was tough for the Steelers, I don't know. I kind of disagreed with the Steelers' decision to rest everybody in the last week. They had they had a shot at the number 2 seed if Buffalo lost. Obviously, they didn't, but they had that on the line, and then they also had they had been playing shitty football for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then they learned how to play in the second half of that Colts game, and that was the last we saw of them. Like, wouldn't you want to take that momentum onto the field? And at least for another half. Maybe play him for the first half of this game. I understand Big Ben is old and might die if he gets hit, but I don't know.
Now, the Steelers are going for a triple on the Brownies. Do they get it? Because that normally does not happen.
Yeah, it's tough to beat the teams 3 times in the same year. I think it's so hard to win without your head coach.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I really want to take the Steelers in this, but that stat alone is like you don't beat teams 3 times in one season.
You could argue it's a different team.
It is. It's a what's his name now?
I don't even know.
Del Poco Loco.
Is it the offensive coordinator? Is he calling the plays?
Yeah. So I think they're going to be disorganized all games. I don't like it.
Yeah. I think if Stefanski was coaching, I would take the Browns all day. But
that'd be my upset.
Well, yeah, no, I don't agree with you guys there.
JJ likes the Steelers regardless.
Really? So if Stefanski was playing, you wouldn't feel nervous at all?
Well, if Stefanski was playing, I'd be very nervous.
Okay. If Stefanski didn't have the headset on.
Like maybe they look better, the game's closer, but they don't win this game. No. There's just not a chance. Sorry.
So even though out of the last 16 quarters, the Steelers have played 2 good ones?
No. It's not that I really believe in the Steelers. It's I don't believe in the Browns to beat the Steelers. I don't believe in them to beat.
They literally just beat them like a week ago.
Yeah, but they didn't play anybody. Like
they're so used to this team. If Big Ben comes back and starts slaying it, or he looks rusty because he sat out a week because he's an old guy, then I was gonna say something mean, but I don't want to say that.
I just don't believe in Baker against this defense. Like
they play fucking twice a year. He knows his defense.
Really? Then why isn't he good against Pittsburgh?
Bud Dupree, Bush,
TJ Watt.
He doesn't play great against. He doesn't play well against good defense. Like he just doesn't.
That actually makes me think about the running for the Browns now.
I mean, we didn't even address the fact that Nick Chubb is a hoss, and then
beast.
Let's mix it up and throw Kareem Hunt out there.
Yeah.
He'd start probably for 25 different NFL teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You could definitely start over.
I think it's in the same similar situation as the Colts. If they get out hot, it's going to be tough.
I just don't see it happening at all.
With what Elliott said, as soon as that script runs dry, I think it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
So I'm going Steelers though, all the way.
Yeah. I think we're all going to go Steelers.
But they're getting blown out whoever the fuck they play next. I'll tell you what. Unless it's Baltimore.
So that brings us into our last game here. We got a rematch of the last year. We talked about it last week on the pod that we really want to see this. But we got the Ravens and the Titans in the first round of the playoffs again. And the Baltimore is favored by 3.5. And the Titans are home.
Baltimore's favored?
In Tennessee.
Give me Tennessee all day. I don't even care. Give me Tennessee.
Tennessee has won the last.
Sad.
That's what I said. Tennessee won the last 2. One going back to the playoffs, the other one going to overtime.
Yeah, Ravens are winning. Sorry.
You think the Ravens are winning? Are they okay?
With the spread?
I maybe not with the spread, but they're winning the game.
I mean, JJ's been on the Ravens since like February.
No, I'm not even too high on the Ravens. Like I said last week, like I just don't think you can beat a team that many times in a row, and like the Ravens are hungry.
I like Tennessee. Derrick Henry's eating. Tannehill looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have much to explain. Lamar has been hot. If they contain Lamar, which I mean is a big if. I understand that, but like Lamar, make him throw, man. Like make Lamar throw.
He's not a good thrower.
The The Ravens were destined to go to the Super Bowl last year. Everyone and their mama kind of thought they were. And then the Titans took it away from them. And now they have a chance to play them week 1 in the playoffs again.
Who tweeted? One of the Ravens players, I think RG3 tweeted, like, it's time to get our bike back.
They are going to be, like seriously, like, I don't – that's all you need. That's the only motivation you need.
I just love that RG3 was the one that tweeted that. Like,
Look,
doesn't even play.
leaders come in all shapes and sizes, all right?
Do you guys believe in the Madden curse?
No.
Okay, because
don't
Lamar
even know who was
Jackson's on the cover of Madden.
Who was on the cover last year?
I don't want to talk about that. That was an aberration. That's never going to happen again.
Mahomes won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that's Mahomes, okay?
Oh,
I hear enough about him. Let's talk
That's
about
Mahomes.
Lamar.
yeah. Ravens are
No,
winning.
I think that Derrick Henry is like just on another world right now, and he's just celebrating
But
life.
is he actually? I understand he had 200 and whatever rushing yards last week to get to 2,000. But the week before that against the Packers, who was not a good defense in cold weather that we've been talking about, he had like 40 yards.
Right? Yeah, and he lost me my chance to get into the finals, but I'm not mad at him or anything. Fucking dickhead. But I don't know. I really like Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill with the play action, man. AJ Brown's heating up all day.
I think I swayed myself to the Ravens.
Ooh.
Ravens are
All
winning.
right.
They're rolling. The J.K. Dobbins is rounded into form.
Yeah, JK.
Yeah.
Game is tough.
I'm taking Tennessee, especially with that spread. I like that.
So that's the last game. Since they're all NFL games for the picks this week, so I'm going to jump actually straight into the picks. So we started with Colts Bills. And JJ. So, well, actually, we'll recap. Last week, JJ and Austin both went 2-3 or 3-2. So if you're betting with them, you are over 500. I went 2-3. So if you're betting with me, you went under 500 last week. But the first game we got this week is Colts Bills, and the Buffalo Bills are favored by 6.5.
I'm taking Bills. Can we say put it on the board, or are we gonna get like?
No, I don't think we can say that.
Okay. Put it
Colts.
next to the board.
Jordan,
Colts.
I'm also going to take the Colts.
Man, New Dog would kill me right now if he was watching.
Next pick, Rams, Seahawks. Seattle is favored by 3.5.
I'll take the Rams with the points.
I gotta know if Goff is playing.
I mean, we tape this on a Wednesday, so you have to just go off what we know by on Wednesday. I will. I'm also going to take the Rams just because I've been so unimpressed by the Seahawks and what they've been doing the last couple weeks. I mean, they almost lost to Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins would have been cut that week if they didn't need him, and so it's just it pains me that they almost lost Dwayne Haskins, and they've been just so not right the second half of the year.
Man,
Russell Wilson lost the MVP. Aaron Rodgers didn't come and take it from him. Aaron Rodgers took it from Pat Mahomes, but Russell Wilson lost the MVP. And I understand it was early in the year, but
wait. We're gonna get an MVP talk a little later. We're missing someone in the MVP talk. Give me.
I need your pick, man.
Give me Seattle. But if Jared Goff plays, I'm taking the Rams. But it's Wednesday,
so
don't matter. All right.
You got Tampa and the Washington football team. Tampa is favored by 8. I am going to ride with the Bucs here. I think that, like I said, I think it's close most of the game, but I think they win by 2 scores.
Same here. I'm thinking like 31-17 Tampa.
I like that.
I'm taking Tampa.
Fourth game we got.
Trap game, don't bet on it though.
What?
I said don't bet on it. It's a trap game.
Oh,
They're playing that game in a trap house.
so You got Ravens, Titans. Baltimore is a 3.5-point favorite.
3.5. That half is coming into play right now.
I'm taking Baltimore. JJ, you convinced me.
The chances of this being a close game is extremely high, which
I get that.
makes that 3.5 really actually do come into play here. Because if it was at 3, I would
Vegas
take.
knows what they're doing.
They really do. With that being said, I'm going to take Tennessee with the points.
You say, Elliot, come to Baltimore. Come to Baltimore. All right, but I'm taking Tennessee.
No, Baltimore's going to – I think Baltimore will win. It's just the chances of this game being so close, if I were betting, I would take Tennessee with the points is all.
I'm taking Tennessee outright.
You think they win outright, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So last game, Jordan Jensen's hometown, Chicago Bears, live on Nickelodeon.
Hometown.
I'm from Chicago, man. Deep dish
Live-
pizza.
Live
What?
on Nickelodeon. Bears are favored by 10.
Oh, Bears covering that spread.
Jordan wants Chicago.
10 points.
Against who?
New Orleans.
I also want Chicago. They're going to cover that spread. That is so many
You
points.
said the Saints were.
I know.
The Saints are going to win.
By 2 touchdowns. I said they're going to win by 2 touchdowns, but now that we get to the betting portion of it, I don't think they're going to win by 2 touchdowns.
Elliot's playing from behind.
Points
He's
is a
trying to
lot of
catch up.
points with a good defense in the playoffs. Come on, guys.
Yeah, but it's Mitch.
It's Mitch. Mitch have been like Aaron Rodgers, like man.
If I was a Bears fan, I would be afraid of how hot Mitch has been because that means
Oh,
that
I'm terrified.
he's
We're
nearing.
You know what? You know what? We're talking about pissed off teams that never get their like the Ravens last year. How they're all pissed off. They're like, oh, they stole my bicycle. Like, who cares? The Saints have been getting ducked in the playoffs so much. I think they're gonna come out swinging and they're gonna blow them out. Give me Saints plus 10.
If that's the case, they should be
kind of
with that mindset the past like 4 years, and every year they get bounced.
They gotta do it. It's Drew Brees' last year. Just
Look, exactly why I'm not scared. I'm just not scared of Drew Brees, really. Like
I'm not either. He's like your size.
So you think New Orleans was covering this?
Yeah, I think New Orleans wins in a blowout. I think that's a blowout of the week.
I think New Orleans wins. I just think 10's a lot of points. I also think that Drew Brees has a Peyton Manning exit year.
yeah, very well could be. I'm not
Really?
scared of Drew. So double doink 2 years ago today. That's right.
Did you see who won on the Titans punter kicked a field goal that doinked in at the buzzer?
Look, man, God favors some people, and some people he gives them a
No,
lesson.
he's
What can I
punishing
say?
you for drafting Trubisky over Mahomes and Watson.
I like this question.
Could
What
be.
if Foles jumps in for the playoffs?
No, sorry.
I don't want to talk
I've seen-
about Nick Foles in the
You
playoffs.
don't think playoff Nick Foles is somebody you want? I think that's the only reason you got him on the roster.
No.
I think he used up all of his playoff luck. I don't even want to talk about Foles.
No, Nick Foles played literally one good game this year.
Look, as a true Eagles fan,
Yes.
I think playoff Nick Foles, backup playoff Nick Foles is the guy you want taking over. You don't want him starting the game. You want him coming at halftime down 2 scores, and then he's just going to start slinging it.
Look, man, if the Bears had a better team around Nick Foles, maybe.
Look,
If you guys didn't overthrow Darnell Mooney every throw, but
I guess like the tough thing is like the play they won with was Philly. You can't do that. Like with Chicago, you can't go Chicago-y. You want Chai. Maybe you can do that.
Chi-town. Say what? Hell yeah.
Deep dish. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think my playoff or my Super Bowl prediction is now the Chiefs and the Saints.
Real quick, how funny would it be if like Mitch is under center, and he goes, "Duh, Bears," and that's like a play, right? The Bears is a play, and you just hear that because there's no crowd. That'd be great.
What would that play be?
Probably a throw into the dirt,
Okay.
10 yards in front of the receiver.
It would be a pick. It would be a pick. Yep.
So we're gonna jump into MVP talk.
Oh, you mean the Aaron Rodgers conversation? Yeah.
I mean,
Sure, why not?
is it really a conversation?
No, I don't know what we could even right now, if we're being honest.
Derrick
Okay, here it is.
Keep mine, and we'll tell you why you're wrong.
Henry.
Exactly. No.
Wait, what did you say?
Henry.
Derrick Henry?
Oh no. I mean,
No.
John Brown was number 3.
Maybe if Derrick Henry had 200 yards against Green Bay and beat Green Bay, but you know what? He didn't.
You
No,
know who did?
I want Rodgers to get it. I'm just saying everybody's like, oh, it's 100% Aaron. I think it's like 75% Aaron.
I think if it's not 100%, it's like 99.9.
I go Patrick
Listen,
Mahomes over Aaron.
I love Aaron Rodgers more than anybody on this
I
show.
would go Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, and then maybe Josh Allen, and then Derrick Henry.
No, I'd go Henry over Josh Allen.
I think that's a conversation.
Josh Allen played like shit for like 5 weeks.
I know you hate Josh Allen.
I just don't think he is very good. He had a very
Okay.
good season though. I'm very impressed.
Passing leaders this season. Deshaun Watson has the most yards.
Yeah, with like 40.
Mahomes is 2. Rodgers is 7.
Okay. Show us touchdowns.
Touchdowns,
And interceptions.
48. Good Lord. You have 48?
Interceptions? How many interceptions do you have?
Did he have single digits?
He had more
Yeah.
than I did this year.
I think he had like 4 or 5 interceptions this year.
That's 5 more than I had.
I mean, if we're going that route, how many more yards did he have? A couple thousand?
Almost 4.3K.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And completion percentage? What was that? Like 95%?
Completion percentage is actually 70%.
That's
70%.
high.
That's
Pretty
actually really
high.
fucking good. The
Yeah.
next highest was
Was it not Josh Allen? I
hold
think he
on.
was at like 68%.
Drew Brees. Well,
Oh.
Taysom Hill, but I'm not counting that. So Drew Brees, Deshaun Watson, close second. Deshaun Watson had a great year. I feel so bad for him.
Yeah,
only
he
he
might
could
be the
have
next
drafted
Matthew
him.
Stafford.
You know, I think if Derrick Henry got closer to like 20, he got like 20 touchdowns. I think we would give it to Derrick Henry, right? 20 touchdowns, 2,000 yards.
2,000 yards, man. That's a lot.
It's great.
2,000
Great.
yards, 17 touchdowns. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just, to me, you either have to have literally like an otherworldly season, which 2K is amazing, or you just need to have not have a great quarterback.
Is your argument like
No, my argument is I'm just saying that he needs to be part of the conversation more.
why isn't he second in the votes?
Yeah, I think he should be second.
I think Mahomes is second.
Sure.
2K yards doesn't happen often.
I understand.
And that's a rare occurrence. So
Yeah.
my opinion, it goes Rodgers,
Well, if
Henry,
we're talking rare occurrences, Jameis Winston threw 30 touchdowns and 30 picks the other.
and he didn't even play a game this season. That's blasphemy.
I love Jameis.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Can Ryson can just not talk about Josh Allen's stats? That would be great.
Can we compare Josh Allen and Mitchell Trubisky, please?
Well, look, I was wrong. What do you want me to say? I still don't think he's great. Okay, I just don't.
So
Hold on.
Hold
I'm trying to.
I want to go off of that. If you don't think he's great, what is this? What's happening? Is it all Brian Dabble?
No,
So what's happening? Like, tell me.
Isaiah McKenzie? Is it him?
no, I just don't think he's great. Like,
I
I
want an
don't.
explanation.
You want to
You
what?
can make that claim.
You want to what?
I want an explanation. You can't just make that claim about somebody who is going to lead their team to the playoffs like he did.
Hey, did you know Jacoby Myers? Jacoby
Oh,
Myers.
Whatever explanation, I just want one.
I just think he makes a ton of mistakes.
Okay.
I don't trust him, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
This is even better.
I think they did a year-over-year comparison on that Monday night game, and I think that is told a lot of the story. Is his first 2 years to this year is much the completion percentage went up 13%.
Yeah.
So
I think year this year.
I think they decided to all right, let's put weapons around him.
Mm-hmm. And he's done great. I don't trust him.
Hey, JJ, did you know that Geno Smith has a better completion percentage than Josh Rosen this season?
Josh Rosen?
Yeah.
Why are we talking about Josh Rosen?
Because he literally, because his only thing on me in his entire life that I've known him is that he said Josh Allen was going to be better than Josh Rosen, and I said no. And now apparently,
hey, their careers aren't over yet.
Yeah, I think someone's career is over.
Yeah, he's in Arizona, is he not?
I think he's in Tampa.
No, Rosen is in San Francisco.
We don't even know where he's at.
Oh,
which is a great spot for him.
He could have started for Arizona or played for Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would love to have Josh Allen on the pod.
Oh my God.
I would love to have Josh Allen on the pod.
Whew. We would have to get Ryan in here though.
Well, I don't necessarily want Josh Allen's dick to be sucked on air, so.
I mean, I think it'd be fun that Ryan would be like, "Whoa, fuck, how big is it, bro?" I don't know. All right. So MVP race, Rodgers, right? Derrick Henry, second.
I have Mahomes second.
Okay. I
understand Mahomes doesn't stick out because it's just another Mahomes year, but that's just how good he is.
Quick. All right. Let's transition to something I really love to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
The NFL draft.
Oh, okay.
So I told Mr. Jordan about this when you were having technical difficulties. I saw a CBS mock draft. I watch all the mock drafts. My favorite is Bleacher Report, and then Tankathon, followed by ESPN's are kind of CBS though. They always have a fun one to look at. They have the Dolphins picking a quarterback with the number 3 pick. Any takes on that?
They've already committed to Tua. I don't actually hate the pick. I hate Tua. Okay, hate's a strong word. I don't like Tua.
He's hard to watch.
Yeah, I mean, their offensive coordinator resigned. I do think a lot of the play call. They did not let Tua. The Tua's most air yards is probably 3 yards. He threw the ball sideways almost every time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I think one of his biggest strengths are. I told the I don't want to run, but.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know what you just said there, Elliot, because it was kind of going in and out. But what I think you said was...
You look so surprised.
My bad.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of with you guys. I'm not giving up on Tua, but what I saw from him this year, not good.
I think they'd be in the playoffs if Fitzy played all year. He was tearing it up. I think that kind of made the team look a little.
Defense is awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh, defense would have been fun to watch in the playoffs until they got destroyed game 1.
I think they're going to be really good next year. Miami, they're a team to watch.
I don't know. Next year, I'm looking forward to the Chargers.
It depends who's going to coach the Chargers.
Who do we want to go to the Chargers? Who do we want to coach the Chargers? I want Dabble or Bieniemy. One of those two offensive guys. Dabble or Bieniemy.
Dabo Sweeney?
No,
Dabble.
Brian Dabble.
No, not Dabo Sweeney.
Oh, okay, because Dabo
From
Sweeney
Buffalo.
is
Dabo Sweeney's an idiot.
what? I like the way he
I'm not
talks about
saying
Ohio
he's
State.
I don't.
I love it.
He got
Disrespect.
smoked by Ohio State.
Mhm.
Got a lot of disrespect. I don't know. Obviously an offensive guy needs to go there.
I think either Dabo or Bieniemy would be the right hire.
Yeah, I think you can't go wrong with either one.
Yeah.
As long as the Lions get Robert Saleh.
I do want
Yeah.
Salah.
Salah?
Would be-
I don't know.
Salah?
I've heard it called saying both ways.
I want that high ass energy guy from San Francisco.
I
Salad?
do. He is fun to watch. I
Wow,
remember
he'd be
Super Bowl
electric.
clip- the Super Bowl clips from him last year. Those were fun.
So Elliot, in my
I
mock
think-
draft behind me, I have Detroit. They're most likely going to trade, I believe, up or down. Up or down, I'm not sure yet. But I have them picking Gregory Rotisserie Chicken from Miami. Great defensive end, someone who can actually get to the passer.
I don't know if they're gonna take a defensive guy. They have
I see
one-
a lot of Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have one wide receiver under contract next year.
It's not even Galladay or Jones.
No, it's
Cespedes.
Yeah, can you guess who it is?
Cespedes.
Cephas.
Cephas. I like him though.
I do too.
He's an underrated route runner.
I think he's slow. He's a little slow.
He's a route runner. He can be slow.
I think I like him too. I think he's good. But I've seen if they don't go quarterback, they go wide receiver. That's what I've seen every time.
Are they going to bring back Galladay, you think?
I would hope so. I think that should be the first thing that the new general manager does.
He's one of my
I
favorite
can
wide
already
receivers in the
look
league.
into the future and see what's going to happen in this free agency. Just so you guys know,
Are
here's
you-
the one thing. Here's the one thing that I know, or I think is really going to happen. Kenny Galladay is going to sign with the Bears, and Al Robinson is going to sign with the Lions.
Oh,
I would hate that.
yeah, that sucks.
I would too.
Why would you hate that?
You want Robinson more than Galladay?
What?
Yeah, Galladay like is hurt like a lot.
It's the Lions. Everyone's hurt a lot.
This year, he played the last 2 years without injury.
Galladay's insane.
And Robinson's a dog.
He's hurt more than Galladay.
Robinson hasn't missed a game in a Bears uniform.
Is that this year?
This year.
That's 3 years.
Okay. I'm just saying that Galladay had 3 years,
Mm.
and he was only hurt this year. And when he wasn't hurt, he was a beast.
He's great. No, I really like Galladay. It's just if I'm paying money to either one of those guys, I'd rather be Allen Robinson.
Let me give you more of a authentic, this is what's going to happen, 100%.
What do you mean authentic? That was authentic.
Something realistic. Let's give the listeners something realistic.
Realistic? That was
JJ
realistic.
JJ was authentic. I
Okay,
will say-
a realistic approach.
I don't think
Cam
he was
Newton-
unrealistic either. I think
Cam
that could
Newton signs with the football team in free agency.
and the only reason that would be is because of Riverboat Round.
Yeah.
That would be the only reason.
But then why wouldn't they have signed him last year?
Haskins, Alex Smith.
Rivera
Kyle
got there
Allen.
and said, Rivera got there and said Haskins is not going to play football for us.
Right, he didn't like him. And he already said publicly he wants a veteran guy to come in. Not a rookie. They're not drafting a quarterback in the first round or second round.
And now
Cam
they're
Newton's-
picking 20th, so they can't.
Right. Well, Zach Wilson will be there.
Zach Wilson will not be there at 20.
20? No.
Mac Jones.
Do you want to go? Do you want to? So
Be there at 20.
BYU quarterbacks.
What?
Can you guess? I have a couple BYU quarterbacks to tell you about.
Oh, okay. Is one of them
So-
Taysom Hill?
There's 5 championships between 2 BYU quarterbacks.
Okay.
Steve Young and Jim McMahon are both BYU quarterbacks. And Steve Young won 3 NFL or Super Bowls, and Jim McMahon won 2.
Can you guess where the second one was, Austin?
I think the Bears, man.
The second one. Jim McMahon's second one. Where was that at?
Was that the one where your defense played really well?
No, like what team did he win that on?
Won Super Bowl.
Jim McMahon?
Yeah.
Bears.
No, he won his first one with the Bears.
Yeah. Second one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you know Elliot?
Nope.
Wow. You guys want me to tell you or what?
Why?
You can either tell me or I can have Google tell me in like 4 seconds.
He was a backup for the Green Bay Packers. Yep. And you know what he wore to the White House? A Bears jersey. Because he's diehard Bears, baby. That's right.
I'm just saying.
What a weird flex. What a weird flex you just did.
I just like pulling random sports facts out of my ass.
That's what I did with BYU quarterback.
I thought it'd be like Bears, Patriots, like obviously not the Lions, but no offense. It didn't correlate with anything. I don't know. All right.
No, it didn't need to correlate. It's just I knew you guys didn't know it.
Quarterback thing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to have it said.
I know. I think Zach Wilson, he could be a decent quarterback. I just wouldn't draft him for my team. Or I wouldn't draft Kyle Trask either.
Oh, yeah. Screw Kyle Trask.
I wouldn't draft Mac Jones. If Trey Lance, as soon as he's off the board, I'm out on quarterbacks. I'm getting a veteran.
I mean, I think Trey Lance goes after Zach Wilson anyway.
I just like Trey Lance more.
You can validate Trey Lance for going to a quarterback school who only produced Carson Wentz.
And that's wrong of me when we had our little argument over text. That was wrong of me to say that, to say small schools sample size. But when you look at them,
he only played one game.
No, look at him. Look at his face. One looks like an NFL quarterback, and one looks like a college hype story.
Well, you could say the same thing about Kyler. When I look at Kyler Murray's face, I don't think that guy's a quarterback.
I wasn't really crazy about Kyler when he was in the NFL or when he got drafted. I wasn't crazy on him because I just didn't ever see a quarterback like him.
Kyler Murray, I think, could be an MVP candidate if anybody else coaches that team.
He's insane. He's insane.
I think Cliff Kingsbury is such a horrible coach.
Yeah, he's
he's good looking though.
Out of people who kept their jobs, Kingsbury and Doug Peterson are horrible.
Yeah, I was gonna say Justin Herbert does not look like a quarterback either. And Trevor Lawrence, look at his face. You think that's a quarterback?
Justin Fields.
I'm not you guys are taking it too literal.
That's what you said.
You said look at his face. Does he look like an NFL quarterback?
Okay. It does though. He has that look. He has that look of just like, I'm better than all of you.
Well, maybe when he's on the football field, but if we're looking at a team photo, no.
Oh, he looks more like a tight end. I got it. Okay.
He looks more like a punter who walked on to BYU.
All right.
I'm okay with this. I just wanted to. He can like Trey Lance more than just Zach Wilson. That is fine. I just wanted to point out the fallacy of taking North Dakota State as a quarterback school when it was just Carson Wentz.
I don't really like either of them too much, honestly.
Really? I think the fit. The fit is the most important thing. Whoever Denver drafts as quarterback, that guy's going to excel. If it's Zach Wilson, I think Zach Wilson will have a better career than Trey Lance. Denver is a great spot for one of these rookies.
What if they draft future Drew Brees, Ian Book?
In the first round?
Yes. He's going to be on the board.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be on
the board. He might be
on the board day 3, day 4 maybe. I don't know. Ian Book did declare for the draft today.
I'm glad.
So, I mean, big news out of South Bend.
Are you taking Mac Jones or Kyle Trask?
For me?
I mean, I understand neither of them are probably going to be a franchise quarterback, but out of the two of them, who would you prefer?
I take Trask.
Yeah?
Trask. Yeah. I don't like Alabama quarterbacks.
I don't either, but I don't know. Mac Jones, I don't know. I thought he looked good. I understand Devontae Smith does a lot of that for you.
Devontae Smith? Whoa!
Do you not think he should have won Heisman?
No, he should have won Heisman, 100%. Okay. But just my knock on him is he needs to gain weight.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're out on him on the NFL, right?
If he gains weight, I'm in. But if he stays the same and he's playing his first NFL game, that's small.
To be fair, I don't think he can physically gain 30 pounds and then be a receiver. Like,
Okay, 30
he'd be a
pounds
totally
was-
different type of
30
receiver.
pounds was more of like a not thinking Austin.
Yeah. Gain weight? Absolutely. He needs
He
to
needs
gain
it.
weight.
His
Yeah, he needs to get
legs are
stronger.
skinnier than mine, man. Like, that's not okay.
I mean, we're going into offseason. I think that is what the first NFL team is going to tell him. Hopefully, we have somewhat of a normal offseason too.
He's going to get stronger.
But I do love him. He's not my favorite wide receiver in the draft. I
Chase, right?
honestly, my favorite Chase is the best, but my favorite
Yeah.
this last weekend, Chris Olave.
Olave.
Olave, whatever.
I'm more out on him watching him this last weekend.
Oh, he looks so good.
I think he was slow.
He's pretty fast.
Garrett
Olave.
Wilson. I like watching Garrett Wilson a lot more than I like watching Olave.
Olave is insane. There's something special about that guy. I hate Ohio
I
State.
think he probably falls to the second round, I would assume.
Yeah.
What's up?
Elliot, after watching Justin Fields against Clemson, would you like him on the Lions more now?
So whoever's available, if we're taking a quarterback and it's Zach Wilson or Justin Fields, I like rooting for a rookie quarterback. I will have no problem rooting for either one of them. I understand it's small sample size, but at halftime, Ryan Day did say Justin Fields has the heart of a lion. So, I mean,
Oh, okay. I got it now.
I mean, Urban Meyer going to Jacksonville. Are we even entertaining the thought of Justin Fields going to Jacksonville?
I was
No.
so scared when that news came out, like that he would actually pull some shit like that.
I will say Justin Fields never played for Urban Meyer.
Right. So
Exactly.
I'm saying like Urban Meyer really wanted him at Ohio State, got him at Ohio State, didn't have a chance to coach him. So I think he wants to make up for that. So can Urban Meyer go to the Jets?
Wait,
No.
You mean
No.
Justin Fields?
Urban Meyer, if he's gonna come out, wait, where does it saying that someone's really looking at him? Where was
going-
that?
The Chargers and Jacksonville are interested in
Chargers. Chargers is a fantastic fit.
I don't
Great
want
fit.
him. I would not want Urban Meyer coaching my team.
I would.
If I
He's
was
a winner.
that.
He's a winner.
He's a winner in college. Imagine trying to tell a bus full of grown men, "Hey, put your phone away."
That's what I'm. Yeah. Like I don't know if you can get a locker room full of grown men to respect Urban Meyer and fight for him. I just don't.
You could. I mean, I think towards the end of his tenure, you could barely get the college locker room to respect him.
Exactly.
Buying prostitutes or something.
Like I don't see it working. He's also never coached in the NFL before.
Right.
And he's also always, well, I guess maybe in Utah he didn't have the greatest talent, but the last however many years he's been coaching, he's had absolutely almost always have had the better team. Like
He only got 2 natties too, right?
I think he's got 3. He won 2 at Florida. He went back to
Oh, he
back.
won 2 at Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
And Tebow.
Well, maybe not back to back, but 2 and 3 years.
Okay, so hold on. Jim Harbaugh is known as a college guy, right? Stanford, Michigan. I would argue he's had a better success in the NFL.
Yeah, no, I think the rap on him now is that he is a better NFL coach than a college coach. Yeah.
Right. So if his contract doesn't get renewed, which I hope it doesn't, what NFL team would be great for him?
I will say the Lions will not probably take him because of a lot of Michigan people are watching.
Yeah, no, Lions are out. No, there's no, you can't. Doesn't make sense.
I think Jacksonville would be a good fit for him.
The Jets.
The Jets
It's
wouldn't
got
be
to be a
bad.
quarterback place, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, to me, if I'm Jacksonville, I would be interested in having Jim Harbaugh. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I would. Like, I think that'd be a great fit, Lawrence and Jim.
Just
I
the
do.
guys out there, like Dabble, Bieniemy, Saleh, Arthur Smith.
Aren't the Falcons looking for a head coach too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not want him in Atlanta.
No,
Right.
not with Matt Ryan there.
Right. You can't. I don't think you can put him with an established quarterback. Like I
No.
don't think he can go to Houston. I don't think he can go to Atlanta.
Why do you guys think that Josh McDaniels isn't getting any looked at? Like anybody?
He tried that once, didn't he? And he
What's
pulled
that?
out at the 11th hour.
Yeah. He was
I
going to go
don't
to
think
Indianapolis.
I don't think that sticks around well in teams' mouths. But
And also, when you're coming off a year where your offense was absolutely horrible.
that's true too.
Well, Jacoby Myers did pretty well.
I mean,
Yes, in the non-stat book, yes.
in his
He had more passing yards and touchdowns and completion percentage than Josh Rosen.
in McDaniel's scouting report, it do say that he tends to draw up one route that is amazingly run every time.
Who runs that route?
Jacoby Myers, right?
Oh yeah, of course, right.
Yes.
Mhm.
I don't like him.
McDaniel's. Okay, why?
Why?
I just
Why?
I used
you
to.
seemed to like him just fine when Tom Brady was there. That's weird.
That's the issue. He has free reign to do whatever he wants with an offense, and this is what he produced. It didn't look good. I don't think he's
Well, I
actually
don't
that
think
good.
it's all
I think
like
it's all on Cam. I blame Cam for all of it.
Cam looked awful.
Against the Jets, Week 17, they looked insanely good.
I mean, they looked really good against Seattle and Buffalo. So
And Miami, Week 1.
I think when Cam showed up, the play calling was good for him. I don't think it was the play calling's fault, if we're being honest.
That Seattle game play calling was
Why?
that the last play of the game. That was a terrible play call. We could have won that
You
game.
needed 1 yard, and you got your best player, the best and biggest player. I don't see anything wrong with that.
The I formation play action was working all night, and they went for a QB sneak at the 2-yard line. They went for a quarterback sneak with no
It wasn't
timeouts.
a sneak, it was just kind of a like.
No, I'm
option
saying
where-
if he would have faked the sneak and threw a slant route, which he was dominating all night, we would have won that game. The play calling lost us that game.
Until it got picked by what's his face?
Malcolm Butler,
Yeah.
Exactly.
he's a legend. I don't know.
Yeah. Don't blame that play call.
I didn't like that play call. We would have won that game, and we might have been in the playoffs right now.
You know, like Cam Newton's 6'5", 250. You need 1 yard. I don't have a problem with it.
I'm just saying, I would have done the
I
play.
mean,
That was,
also, how many times has that sneak worked in New England?
pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's Cam Newton. Everybody knows it's coming. So just like, make it. Throw
That's
it.
the only thing. Yeah, it might have
They
been
did
a
that
bit-
with Brady too, though, and he got every touchdown anytime they needed a yard.
Well,
Or any-
Brady was literally a sneak, like boom, and just straightforward. Like this was
Look,
kind of
Cam
just like
goes over the top. Brady goes down below. That's different.
yeah. So
Brady's always on his knees. Cam's jumping over people.
But yeah, if we're going back to the Lions, I want Saleh hired, and I want a GM. I want Lions ownership to go up to Robert Saleh and say, "Which of these guys do you want as GM?"
Yeah.
I don't want it the way around.
I think that is giving Robert Saleh a lot of freedom and leeway that he might not necessarily deserve quite yet.
That's what I'm at right now. I don't think he's earned that yet.
Dude's
we
never been a head coach, and he's like 40 years old.
We did that the other way, and we hired Bob Quinn first, and we said Bob Quinn, and he fired Patricia, or he fired what's his nuts, Jim
Bob
Caldwell.
Oh.
Fired Jim Caldwell, and hired his guy Matt Patricia, and we see how that worked out. So I think we should just go the opposite way and say, Rob, can we call you Rob? Okay. Go ahead and tell us who you want running the front office.
I just had a flashback from JJ's Gruden impersonation.
Yeah.
Tom, can I call you Tom?
I don't think that's the best way to go about getting your GM. Maybe if you brought in Bill Belichick or someone with
I don't
that
want Bill
kind of-
Belichick as the GM. We've talked about this.
I'm just saying, when you get someone with that kind of who's is going to be a good head coach no matter what, then I could see him kind of having a say in who the GM is. If Pete Carroll or someone like that, that's a very short list, but
It's reported that the Lions are talking to the Seahawks GM. If we pry him out of the Seahawks and just take him, I'm okay with that.
yeah, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't.
I don't know why you would leave.
Why'd you guys fire Jim Cardwell?
Because Bob Quinn's an idiot. That's why.
He was so good. You guys actually looked really
He
good.
got fired going 9-7.
Yeah,
As a Lions team, that's actually pretty decent.
Jim Caldwell's one of 3 Lions coaches with a winning record in the Super Bowl.
yeah. There should be a statue of Jim Caldwell outside Ford Field.
Okay.
That's a joke, but dead ass. There should actually be a Jim Caldwell statue.
Right next to Matthew Stafford,
Yes.
Kevin Jones too. He was my favorite.
All right. Well, that's all the stuff I got to talk about
I mean, we'll probably go more in depth on the coaching carousel.
when the offseason begins. I can't wait.
I think if we wait 2 weeks, a lot of them are going to be filled.
Yeah.
Seattle's not a playoff Seattle. San Francisco's not a playoff team, so I expect Saleh to get hired next week.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Yeah. So, anybody have anything else to say?
I mean, I think next week we'll do NBA for the first time, and some college basketball. We'll touch on basketball next week for the first time.
It's a good idea.
Do a
Are we doing betting?
We'll do
We're doing betting.
What do you mean?
Like basketball, spreads, because I'm 0 for 2 this season.
We will eventually get there, but I think we'll probably do the playoff games again.
All right.
But
I'm cool with that.
we'll probably recap the playoffs that we watched this weekend on Nickelodeon, and then we'll touch into some basketball.
So weird.
And I'm sure
So
we'll
weird.
I'm sure we'll talk more NFL offseason. We'll probably talk about that a lot, just because the NFL is the NFL. So
Yep.
All righty. Well, I've got a good show. What's our runtime right now? We're looking at hour 30.
yeah.
I like that.
Cool.
All right.
As always,
Well,
if you want, tell a friend. If you think we're full of shit, tell your friends.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I know a lot of you liked it already and follow, subscribe, whatever it is. Make sure you hit that bell so you actually know when we're going on. So yeah, tell people. We were pretty engaging in the chat. For the most part. So yeah. Yeah.
Have a good
Yes.
night, everybody.
I second that.
See you
Yes.
next Wednesday.
Yep.
Yep. See you guys.